Hello, this is Paul Messenger. As promised, I'm going to do a rundown of my current pedal board here. I think the group that Jason started is really cool. It's a lot of great information because, you know, we're all sort of in our own little worlds here. This is not the traditional way that people play harmonica. I've never been a traditional player. I didn't learn from being a blues player, so I've always tried to find ways to timbre-wise fit into different musical situations I'm in, and that's pretty much how I think of the pedals. I think of it as a way to match timbres in different things. So I'm going to go through it with you, and as always, please give me feedback, and let's start. So a good place to start is microphones. I've got 4 different mics that I use, no, 5 of them. So 4 of them are here. On the bottom is the Bulletini. I just got that, and just kind of figuring out what I can do with it, but it's pretty cool. On the left is another Greg Human microphone with a 545 element. In the center is Jason Ritchie's cool new microphone, and on the right is a Shure 545 that from the 70s that my wife's dad had in his garage. He was a big band singer. He said, "Man, I've got this old microphone, see if you want it." It's just the best, you know, 545 I've ever had, and so that was a pretty good move right there. The mic I'll be using for this demonstration mostly is RE10. Again, Greg Human found it for me and prettied it up, and it works really good. They're not, you know, made anymore, so they're always difficult to find. So I was lucky to find one that somebody I knew owned, so I knew it worked. The one I had before that was from Sandy Weltman. Had that for 20 or 30 years, so I expect this one will last me a pretty good while. The amplification that I use is a little bit different than most people. I took a VC508 crate amp, I don't know, 5 watts or something like that, with a 6-inch speaker. What really worked for me, it has an input, and you see it has a line out. When I used it in the line out feature, that when it had the speaker in it, it cut the speaker off, so you can, you know, use that to play through a PA and stuff. So the speaker never really worked for me. It was, you know, any kind of volume would just be feedback. So I just cut it out. A friend of mine made this box for me, which I think works really good. And so it's got, you know, gain, tone, volume, line in, line out. Works really good. I'll also say I've got this power strip here. It's a Power UI or something like that. Tell you what, I've always used just whatever power strip was around, and boy, what a dummy. This is great. It's thin, it's sleek. You can charge your cell phone when you feel like doing it. I carry it around everywhere. It's fantastic. It's good to have a real good power strip, and I've got one now. Also, I've got a DI here, which I'll explain in a second. So, the first pedal in my loop here is an Earthquake tone job. Roscoe Selly hit me to it. You can see it's 9 to 18 volts, and in the power cube that I use, it's an MXR. I'll show it to you later. It's got 2 slots only for between 9 and 18 volts, so you've got to have something that'll take 18 volts. So I got these 2 Earthquake pedals. The tone job is really cool. It gives me an extra level of control, and that's what we kind of want. It can get a little hot. A lot of times to start, I'll have it like over here, and depends on the harps, of course. If the higher the harp is, the less level you want. The lower, maybe the more you want. Maybe you want to dial in a little bit more treble if it's a G harp, let's say, something like that, right? The depths, again, I'll play each one of these for you, but it's got, well, a different kind of sound, doesn't it? I'll have to see what it is. After that, I go to this green Zappa here. This is a wave envelope pedal, and I was using the the one that Jason Ritchie uses. I forget what the name, MHX or something like that. The problem I had was a lot of feedback. Later on, Jason told me, well, it's because you need compression using it with it, which I didn't have. Roscoe Selly found this little thing, and you have to open it up and put it to one setting. So you only have one setting for it, but the setting you have is the setting I want, so I like it. After that is Strymon Lex. Gosh, it's probably my favorite pedal. It's got a B3 sound. You can do all kinds of things with it. There's three levels of programming, so I can do all kinds of things with it. Also, I guess I never said this, but my mic is hooked in first to a volume pedal. I got a Dunlop mini pedal when I went to Europe in December, because you need a volume pedal for pedals. Sometimes they'll come in a lot or something, and I really like the mini. It works, it's easier to travel with, etc. After that is the first of my delays. I use the TC Electronic Flashback. Well, on this one here, I was doing the P-Pong. Usually I have it set on the tape echo delay, and it's around the same, pretty much the same stuff. I'll probably turn this one down just a little bit for that. The way I have the delay set up, you see I have another one with a POG in the center of it, and that one's set up to analog delay, and you can see I've got different settings on it. The way I think of it is long delay, short delay. I see delay, the short delay, it's just a way to kind of fill in the sound. It fattens the sound up, but it shouldn't take up a lot of space and confuse things with a lot of repeats when I do the short delay. Also, when you're playing with other people, no matter what it sounds here, like here in this empty room, it's gonna get pounded down a little bit, and so it works really good for me. It basically just fills in space. The POG, a lot of people use it. I got myself a mini here, which I really like. I'm gonna play the POG and the Strymon together. It's got a really cool sound. It changes it completely. So I've got the long delay, POG, short delay. Then Jackson Kinslow was using this Electro-Harmonic Synth 9. It's a really cool pedal, man. There's 9 different things. You've got the Oberheim synthesizer, Prophet, 5-synth, all that stuff you can read. I'm using the Poly 6. Basically what that does is it gives me the ability to play chords and stuff, and it's just really great. I use it a lot. After that, I've got it going to the TC Electronics Hall of Fame reverb, and I use 4 of them. The shortest one is The Room. I had it on Hall, which gives me a little bit more. Church is after that, and then Mod. I played with a guitarist in the last record I made, and he had this pedal, and I started checking out the things he did, and he used this a lot. It's a real long reverb, and on things that I'm just really trying to do pads and stuff, it works great. It really holds on. So we'll put it back down to Room, start. Then after that is the Sonic Stomp that Jason brought into the harmonic world. The guy I work with in the duo told me in the, I had it like this before. I think a lot of people have it like that. And he said that it created a sound pattern that created reverb. He's a sound engineer and runs one of the biggest rooms, capped 1,000-seat room in this part of the country called the Cat's Cradle. So he knows that stuff. He did this for me, yeah, like that. So it's he likes the sound shape better that way. So that's what I got here, and I'm going to now take you through the sounds.